A hit and run targeting Canadian soldiers now being investigated as a possible terror attack. Who was the man who carried out the attack? We talked to our reporter on the ground. I'm Martin Couture-Rouleau. Welcome to Globe Now. 2 soldiers were struck in a hit and run attack on Monday. 1 has died. The incident happened in the Quebec city of Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu, and it is being investigated as a possible terror attack. Authorities are indicating that the attacker had been radicalized. Well, the Globe's Les Perreault joins us now. Hi, Les.
Good morning.
What are police saying and witnesses perhaps saying about the chain of events on Monday?
Well, it all started when 3 soldiers were leaving a Service Canada office in downtown Saint Jean. A man basically ran them over, and then a police chase ensued. A spike belt was used. The assailant lost control of his vehicle and ended up in a ditch upside down. What happened next was he apparently, according to the authorities, emerged from the vehicle and was aggressive towards the local police. There was a knife found at the scene afterwards, and he was shot by police. He died later in hospital, and as you mentioned, one of the soldiers has also died. The other soldier is in very serious condition as well. We don't have too many details on that, but it doesn't seem that authorities fear for that person's life in the way they did with the other.
What do we know about Martin Couture-Rouleau, the man who carried out the hit and run?
Well, as with so many of these cases, this was a man who didn't really attract much notice from his friends and neighbors, other than for being a decent guy, a hardworking guy. He apparently has a son, started a business, pressure washing business a couple years ago. But then something changed a couple years ago. Where he apparently converted to Islam and started going to the mosque and that sort of thing. And, you know, that's a normal enough thing to happen to a person. But somewhere along the line, he also started posting very extremist thoughts on various web forums. And that's where, somewhere in there, things seem to have gone off the rails with this man.
Les, I wonder, moving forward, what are the important questions that still remain?
Well, what happened to this person? How did he become radicalized? Is there some sort of background issue that we don't know about yet? Is there mental illness involved somehow? Did any other authorities or, either religious authorities or that sort of thing, were there warning flags? He did frequent a mosque, but the people there say that, he came occasionally. They didn't know him that well. So there's a lot of questions about what people knew. If he was on the radar of authorities, what were they doing to keep track of him and to prevent this kind of thing from happening if he was known to have been radicalized by authorities? That's a question they should be answering in the days ahead, I would hope.
Okay, give us a picture of where this happened and how important it is to future soldiers.
Well, Saint-Jean-sur-Richelieu is a small Quebec city, but it's important to Canada in one respect. It produces a great number of the officers who serve in the Canadian Armed Forces. There's a college there that's what they do. They train officers, and so many Canadian soldiers who lead our armed forces pass through that city. So that's gives it important symbolic value for this sort of attack.
And how are people in the city reacting to this attack?
Well, they're all in shock and, like the rest of us, trying to come to terms with what happened, because as it turns out, it seems that this attack was carried out by one of their own, by someone from the region at least. So, that poses a lot of questions too, because this isn't somebody who, from overseas, from some terrorist group who targeted this town. It's something that was incubated in their own town. So, that obviously is a great cause for concern for people there.
Okay, Les, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Stay with our coverage of the hit-and-run attack in Quebec that is being investigated as a possible terror attack. And if you have any questions, tweet us at Globe Now. That's all for today's show. I'm Martin Couture-Rouleau. Thanks for watching.